Hey, Sonny here again. So we will continue our lesson on Decadence Dance by Extreme. In my first lesson, I cover the up through the verse, and now we're going to cover chorus and verse 2. So after you play verse, at the end of the verse, it goes like this. I'll play for you one time. It goes into the chorus. All right. So. Here's a chorus. It goes back to the intro before you do verse 2. So anyway, the chorus goes like this. Go 4th fret on the G string, bend up. After you bend full, step up, release, and you play the A chord. You kind of mute the string, and then you play the 7th fret of G and high E string together. And again, you have to use your index finger to help block the B string, so you can only hear in the 7th fret of G and high E string. You cannot hear the B string out because I'm using the bottom of the flash, my index finger blocking the B string. So after you play that, you slide the 9th fret. You play it again on the 9th fret. So it goes like this. And you do it again, A chord, mute, 7 up to 9th fret. And the next part, so you play the D chord, D power chord at the 5th position, A5 and D7. And you play 3 times muting on the 5th fret on the A string. And then open A string, and then C power chord, B power chord. So, and then open A string again, and the A power chord, open A power chord. So the whole thing slowly. You do the same thing after that. So one more time. Next part, you play a G open chord. My G chord is E3, low E3 with my index finger, and you're blocking the A string so you won't hear it with the flash, the flash of my index finger, and you will hear the open D and open G string, and B3 and high E3. And you play a D chord, assuming you know what a D chord is. It's just normal standard D chord. And then E chord, I'm playing open E string, the 2nd fret of A and D. And then open high E string, and then A chord. The A chord is open A string, 2nd fret of D, and then the high E string. So next part. So what I'm playing is I play the F sharp power chord. So it's E2, A4, and D4. So you play that one chord, and you slightly mute, and you go 7 times. And then you go D chord, and then so after you play a D chord, power chord, you gotta do the like a major third inversion of A. So you have A4 and D5. I'm sorry, D7, A4 and D7. So you just move the index finger up, back and forth on the D note and the C sharp. D chord, E chord, which is E power chord, and goes to the intro. So the whole thing slowly with the chorus goes like this. And then it goes back to the intro. So exactly like the intro will show you in first lesson. And after that it goes to verse 2. Okay, so let's cover verse 2. In verse 2 is exactly like verse 1, except some added solos or fillings, if you will, in verse 2. And I will play it for you one time and we'll break it down, okay? So okay, so the part that we're adding, you play the first part just like in verse 1. Right after that, you add in this solo into it. Alright, the pattern, the tabbing is the exact same pattern on the left hand as it is on the right hand. Basically, this is the third position of the A minor pentatonic. So the scale is 3/5, 3/5 on the A string is, and then 2/5 on the D, 2/5 on the G, 3/5 on the B, and 3/5 on the high E string. You take that exact same pattern, you move up 12th fret, so you have an octave higher, exact same notes. You do the exact same thing, but you do it at the 13th fret. So you got 13 and 15 fret, 13 and 15 fret on the A, 14 and 17 on the D, 14 and 17 on the G, 13 and 15 on the B, 13 and 15 on the E. So exact same thing. Now what I'm doing is I play, so I use my finger. First I'll start from the 3rd fret on the low E string, and then I'll tab on the 15th fret and pull off onto the 3rd fret. And do the same thing on the 5th fret with the 15th fret. So you're basically playing the exact same note, octave higher, pull off into the octave lower. So start from the 15th fret on the low E string, pull off in 13th, pull off on the 3rd fret, and then 17th fret on the E string, pull off on the 5th fret. Do the same thing on the A string, 15th fret, pull off on the 3rd fret, 17th fret, pull off into 5th fret, and then 14th fret, pull off into 2nd fret on the D string, 17th fret on the D string, pull off into 5th fret, same pattern on the G string, 15th fret on the B string, pull off into the 3rd fret, 17th fret, pull off into the 5th fret, and go to the high E string, do the same pattern again, So whole thing slowly. So after you play that, it goes right to that riff, like just like verse 1. Now, what's different is that after you play that riff, you gotta keep going. You gotta go. All I'm doing is I'm playing 5th and 4th fret on the D string. Do that 3 times, and 5th fret again on the D, and then play the 3rd fret on the A string. Bend down just a little bit. So after you finish playing that part, you gotta hit the harmonic on the right behind the 3rd fret, but not quite the 2nd fret. If you have a whammy bar, you'll go down on that. I don't have a whammy bar, so you'll go. You do the harmonic on that right there. And after you play that part, you play A chord again. And then this really quick lick goes like this. So what I'm doing is I'm just like picking real fast, lightly muting on the A string. While I'm doing that, I'll play the start open A string, and I slide my index finger on the 1st fret all the way down to 14th fret on the A string. So again, you just kind of have to do it fast on the A string. Don't worry about hitting the note, but just want to get that part like that. And then it goes back to the chorus. So again, I'm going to play the whole verse to you again for you, slowly. Goes back to the chorus. And it goes to chorus again. Now this time you play chorus twice. Now this time you play chorus, before you play the chorus again, you gotta play this. You gotta play so instead of playing the F sharp power chord, instead of playing that, you'll play this, arpeggio. So what I'm playing is I play lightly muting on the 4th fret on the D string, and then 2nd fret of G, B, and back to G, and then play the 4th fret while my index finger is still over 2nd fret, I'll play the 4th fret on the high E string, hammer on and pull off with my ring finger and my index finger, and pull off the 2nd fret, and then play the 2nd fret on the E string, B string. I'm sorry. You do the D, A inversion, D, A inversion, and D again, and E power chord. So that, and then it goes to, and then repeat the chorus again. This time you play the F sharp power chord just like that. Alright, so let's play the whole chorus, 2nd chorus again, slowly. And then you'll play the intro again. Now this time, after you play the intro, between the intro, you gotta go. What I'm playing is I play the 5th fret on the G string, slap the 6th fret on the G string, and upward upstroke on the 5th fret on the high E string, and you down on the 6th fret on the G string, slap the 7th fret, and upstroke using pick on the 7th fret on the high E string, and then do the same pattern up to 9th fret, and then down to 8th fret, actually I'm sorry, you gotta do 8th fret first, go to 8th fret, 9th fret, back down to 8th fret. So, and then you play the intro. And a little tiny lick here at the end, it goes like this. You tap on the 18th fret on the D string and pull off on 14th fret on the D and hammer on the 16th fret. And do the same thing again on the G string. And then 19th fret on the B string, pull off, tab it, and pull off on 14th fret and hammer on the 17th fret. Do the same thing again on the E string. So. Alright, so let me show you how to play the 3rd time of the intro with the variation slowly. And after that, we're going to go to a new section, change this key into the solo. Okay, so here goes the 3rd intro with variation. And then it goes to the next part goes like this. Nothing changes there. Alright, so that's when we changes, okay? So after that, after you play that, you'll do that again. This time you stop right there. So all I'm doing is I play 5th fret on the G string, hammer on the 6th fret, on the G string, and then on the D string you pick 757. Alright. And then you kind of mute downward, and you upstroke on the 7th fret of D and G. Down mute again, and then 5th fret of D and G. So slowly. Alright. And then this is where you change key. You basically do the exact same thing. A two half step up, but you just do 2 half step higher. Exact same pattern. So what I'm playing is I play the 5th fret on the A string, hammer on the 7th fret, and then play 7th fret on the D, and then 5th fret on the A, 7th fret on the E, and then mute, and then 9th fret on the D string. So far with this. Next part. It's the exact same pattern, but it's whole step higher. Start from the 7th fret on the G, hammer on the 8th fret, and then 9 7 9 7 on the D string pick, down up, and then 9 8 7 on the A string, 7 again on the A, 7 again on the A, and quickly to 5th fret. Alright, so. And then you do the same thing again. The next part. And then the solo start. So again, it's 7th fret on the G, hammer on the 8th fret, and then 9 7 on the D, and the 9th fret on the G string, bend up, whole step. Ninth fret, bend up, full step. 7th fret on the G, and then 9 8 7 on the D, and then 10 and 7 on the A. Alright, so the whole thing slowly. A little more faster. Okay, and I'll cover the solo and the rest of the song in my last video for the song. Thanks for watching.